going on a hike with the pups in upstate New York at the beautiful property of Arts on Site. They have all these amazing yurts that you can stay at. Check it out at Arts on Site. RR. Shameless plug. So I just wanted, I think, as much as I hate being in nature with the screen, I wanted to share this hike with everyone. So if you have an hour and you just want to press play and go on a hike with me while you sit and surround yourself with some plants while you're quarantined, this one's for you, kids. And I threw in some dogs just to make it a little more interesting. Y'all are spending a lot of time. I'm a mountain person now, so I say y'all. Get over it. Hi. I guess I'll hold it to my face so you can hear who's talking for a bit. And then once we get into the woods, I promise I shall return. I just wanted to verbally say I hope that you're finding some solace in all that's happening, a time to sort of pull out of I feel like we're so heads down in our lives and we're such doers, which is so great, but now we have this really unusual and backwards chance to just be, even if we're in our own space. Whether for me, I'm such a Taurus, so I have created my apartment to be my safest space, surrounded with plants and air purifiers and tchotchkes and things, because that's the only place I feel safe, to be honest. But also someone said to me that home is everywhere. It's anywhere you want it to be. And that was a beautiful way to look at things. But, you know, if you want to bring more plants into your space, if you're sitting there wishing plants clean the air, they give life. There are so many beautiful houseplants that require 2 to 4 weeks watering. You know, you water them every 2 to 4 weeks. It's great. I feel like most of you have plants, so it's awesome. But if you don't, I love plants and I work with flowers. So if you're looking to beautify your home, talk to me. I would love to consult you on which plants would work best with the lighting that you have. And if you're interested, come April in having me create some floral design for you, I could create dried flower bouquets that you can put that don't require watering ever, and they're the best. And if you love cut flowers, live flowers, well, I guess they're not technically live, but I would love to practice and give you a discounted rate and really maybe just, you know, charge you for the cost of the flowers and not make money off of it and be able to spread some love and joy to others. So that's it. I'm done talking. Let's get to nature, shall we? And please, I apologize for the jerkiness. I left my Steadicam at home. Nice, there's some shit in the middle of the road. Let's just, okay, no, move. Wait, no one wants that. Hey! Okay, the dog just put it in its mouth. That's really cute. We're just gonna keep walking. No! The dog just ate the poop. Okay, you just saw a 3-act play, and that dog is never licking my face again? Why? Why do you do this? Like, I don't even know what to do here. Why do you eat poop? Like, I'm not judging, but I'm judging. Yo, you're nasty. Okay. I did not intend for this to be my stand-up special. But, I don't know, sometimes when I'm recording, I feel this like need to speak. I'm sure half of you have tuned out because you're like, his voice is annoying. No, it's not. I'm gonna take you to this little, there's usually no water here, but because of spring, it's created like a natural little stream. Get the fuck away from me, you nasty dog. Oh my gosh, I feel traumatized. I feel just like baffled. You know, sometimes when you see shit, you just gotta leave it alone. Like, there's a lesson here. Sometimes when you see shit on the side of the road, you just gotta keep going. And make sure you don't step in it, because then people are gonna eat it and then try to lick your face. Cue the gif of Monique from Precious. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you're not, Google it. So now, I'm gonna go to my favorite spot. I'm gonna go to the clearing. There's so many great spots right off the property here. And it's been a beautiful day. It's a little mistier now. I think it's gonna rain for the next 2 days, so good we're doing this now. We've, you might be wondering why the heck am I even up here? I don't live here. I wish I did. I wish these were my dogs, although the one that just ate the poop. I am rethinking that desire. But this is a beautiful property, a beautiful place. It's on a mountain in Kerhonkson, and it was purchased by these two wonderful people, two artists who had created an art space in it's on St. Mark's called Arts on Site. Amazing studio space. That's basically where I've been able to to rediscover my creative self and like my creative identity, to be honest. Because finding space, finding work in New York City. Finding studio space to just create is not only expensive, but it's very competitive. And you know, I was renting from other places, but I would have to book a month out, and sometimes financially I can't do that, or maybe I'm not sure my schedule, and I always end up booking and then having to cancel last minute and lose the money. And Arts on Site has just been an amazing space of artists. It's a community, our volunteer run. I'm a volunteer, so I can volunteer for free studio space, and you know, to be able to give my time and energy versus my money, which fluctuates, in exchange for space has been the biggest gift, one of the biggest gifts I've found in New York City. And there's also performance parties that happen now. They're twice a month where you can show up and see other people's work that they're making, and it's very wonderful to meet other artists and to be able to share your own work if you're working on anything in a safe space. It's just awesome, and it's so great. I just feel really inspired by those two wonderful people, Chyla and Kelsey. No, that's their like alternate reality people. No, it's Kyle and Chelsea. And they are just such doers and builders, and I admire that about them. I find that there's a lot of fear and resistance to doing and building things, and the first step for me, on top of everything else, was to just get in a studio and just make, not for the sake of a project or a show I'm making, just to play and practice, and to be able to do that without spending lots of money and and instead give my time is awesome. So, you know, if anything, let me stop talking because, wow. Yeah. Welcome to the clearing. Is she taking a poop? Okay. These dogs. I think she pooped. Great. They never are this poop forward, so I don't know why. Probably see the phone and they're like, fuck your phone. Get off your phone. I'm gonna poop on your phone. Anyway, this is the clearing. It's so wonderful. When I first found this, I was just like, what? Purple mountain majesties, y'all. So anyway, just to finish up what I was saying, they're a business that is really suffering from this virus, just like many are. But it's so important that we can try to support them through this time. They've had to cancel their studios and lose out a lot of money, and it's threatening for them to close down the space. You know, I don't think it's going to happen because they have a good community, and you know, I think the people that own the building wouldn't really want that to happen. But ultimately, if you have a full-time job, you can work from home, and you still have something to spare, please consider connecting with the community and finding ways to donate what you can. I'm sure that will emerge as the next few days. And I know they're going to try to do a virtual performance party soon, so you can keep that in mind. That dog is again eating something it shouldn't be eating. Okay. So that's the clearing. And now we're going to take you to, I think, the waterfall. It's a little tricky to get to, but I went there yesterday. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago? And it's really, really nice. See some flowing water. Hear the bubbling streams. And the sun's not going to set for another hour, so we'll see how far we get. I was talking with a musician today who's staying here, who's awesome, and we were talking just about how important nature is. Is this the right way? This doesn't feel familiar. Wait, let me just make sure. I think this is the wrong way. Just being in New York City is, you're around so many humans, but you still don't really get the full nature. And I felt that pain for a while of not feeling connected to nature and how it affects my energy and my mood and my ability to be creative and motivated and inspired. And if any of you know me, I thrive on joy and inspiration. And when I can't tap into that, it really puts me in a dark place. But there was an interesting distinction, and it's not to say I don't want to be in New York City, because what I do get is a connection to other humans and things to do, and it's interesting when we can't do that right now. You know, what can we do? Let's connect with others in a virtual space, I guess. But the difference between what makes us human, right? And I think being around other humans reminds us the reason we are human, the purpose of our humanity. And I think, if anything, this whole, also, by the way, these are all wild blueberry bushes and blackberry bushes. So in the summer, it's just full of blueberries and blackberries. It's amazing. You know, like, what was I going to say? The reason that we're human, the purpose. And in a way that I do get social energy from being around others and getting inspired by others. And I really thrive best when we can share ideas and we can collaborate together. And I feel like we've all, in a way, we've had our heads down working on our own projects and trying to do things before anyone else does it, and feeding into that competitive capitalistic mentality, which works in some ways and definitely does not work in others, you know. but being in nature really gives you a reminder of the nature of humans and the nature of humanity, like what it means to be human. This is all a reminder of really what it means, which is to be and to coexist and to be resilient and survive in whatever we are given. And easier said than done, but nature is also a reminder that where there is life, there's also death. And just like wabi-sabi, which is also something that came up with the conversation with someone else a few weeks ago, which is basically an untranslatable word in Japanese, but it translates to where there is decay, there is also life. And I'm not translating it well at all, but you know, even where there is this fungus and this tree might be dying, but there's a beauty in that. And in Japanese culture, they actually really value the decay. And all this is, I can't remember what it's called, but it basically like decomposes, and I'm pretty sure it helps to process the minerals out of the rocks. I think I'm making that up, but I think it's a, what do you call it? Like a family of the sea sponge. Anyway, if anyone knows, maybe Google it. I feel like when I was in Colombia and I saw this in a park and it talked about it. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm very good at rambling. So fun. Look at this green moss. Don't you just want to shrink and like frolic? I used to fantasize about a house in a tree and my bed would be made of moss just like this. And then I realized how many bugs would be in the moss, and I was like, ew. Very New Yorker of me, right? So fun. Okay. Alright, doggos, where are you? I'm like, also the other interesting thing about being in nature is that sometimes I feel like I see paths, but I don't know if they're actual paths or like that looks like a path there. And the dogs walk there like it's a path, but it doesn't. No, this definitely feels like a path. So let's see where this goes, because honestly I've never been this way. Ooh. There's also the beauty of sometimes veering off the path takes you to new and exciting places. Like, look at this magical little space. All of this moss. Wow. Oh, this land is so magical. This rock. Like, sometimes it makes me want to cry. All right. Also, like, these dogs act as if they're like guiding me, but I've been on multiple hikes where I think they're doing that, and then we're totally lost. So let's get lost together. Except when I don't know how to get back. Oh, I see. Someone's car is there. Yeah, no, we're not going there. Someone else's property. I think, yep, it's a quarry. Also, what I love about this part of New York, the gunks, is it's like the rock people. There's so many beautiful rock formations and ways to source rocks here. And I haven't hiked in like that many places, but I definitely hiked in Colombia. And I have to tell you, that shit is not a joke. That is some muddy ass, humid rainforest. I mean, and it's even like subtle. It's not that big of a deal. It's like 3 hours one way, straight up, slipping and sliding and scraping your body, and people that are from Colombia are like, yeah, it's fine, and I'm like crying and bleeding. Not to say I didn't enjoy it. I think we just had bad weather, but also I think because I grew up in this type of nature, I love the leaves, and I love the moss, this type of moss, and I love the rocks. I just love hiking where there's lots of rocks. Maybe it's because I'm all earth sign, so I also just love the density and the absolute of rock. Mud is not absolute. Literally every motherfucking step I took was a gamble for my life. And I would be like, okay, I got this. I was in like full plie. And the moment I like had a thought where I was like gonna say something, shoo, fucking slip and slide, and death be welcome. All right, let's get a move on. Okay, yeah, I actually did not realize how close a property was, because I usually stay a little further away, but this tea is so good. While I also acknowledge how much I'm talking, I'm also like, I kind of do this alone all the time. I'm like, I talk to myself more than I'd like to admit. It is fun though. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Can you hear the water? Look, she's trying to eat a rock. Like, she acts like we don't feed her. Ooh. Okay, a little unstable. I'm definitely not on the right path. Because I'm distracted. You see, when I'm connected to the internet, I'm not able to be my true elf self. Because last time I was doing this, my shoes were off. I was frolicking through the woods like a dang stag. Like, if I was an animorph, I would either be a golden retriever, which is definitely what I would be, but also I want to be a stag. You know what I mean? Also, I love... Look, it's red. Once again, I did not go the right way. I'm just gonna do a leap. Ugh. I suck. Ow. Y'all, these have thorns. Oh my god. Aw. Are you happy, Lily? Oh! Mona always does this when we get here. Ugh. So basically at this point, this is a river, and usually it's even less water than this. But there's this great little swimming hole. It's not fall, it's not slip. But it's so pretty. Yeah, wash your mouth out, you nasty. Leap. So yeah, this place is basically paradise, and when I first came here, I could not believe it. This is like, not only is Arts on Site in New York City everything I was wanting, but this space is also something I've been wanting. And I'm super grateful for them and their community for like bringing me in and letting me stay there, which was totally by chance. It's not like I fled New York City, I was already up here. But I don't know. I feel like this is what it's all about. Is we work and we create space so that we can share it. And this is my sad attempt at sharing it with the 5 people that will probably watch this. But also what I'm loving seeing is more people sharing things online, classes and discussions, and I feel inspired to do that because I feel like people might actually listen now. I feel like it was so hard to do anything because I was scared that no one would pay attention. And usually when I don't know, I shouldn't be doing something for attention. I guess no one should. Oh, crap, that's a big revelation, because honestly, that's what I've had to do with my career as an artist. I had to really ask myself, do I do this do I perform because I like the attention? Do I want to be on Broadway so that I get more attention? And I really had to be honest with myself, because of course I resisted that notion. And then I decided, I think a part of me does want the attention. I want people to look at me, validate me, so that when I say I've been on Broadway, everyone can just give me the praise that I have always wanted. And the past few years, I've really been able to first, there's many parts of the process. There's a grieving, there's definitely a resentment and an anger. And then there's the grieving, and then there's the exploration of new things that I'm passionate about, and then there's a sort of reunion, back to the beginning, which I think we're doing collectively as a planet with this virus, or we will. But I felt like I've been able to reunite with my creative self, and now ask myself, am I doing it because I want to get praise, I want to be good, I want attention? Or am I doing it because it feels good to me and I enjoy it, and it makes me a better person, and it makes other people smile, and it makes them feel, and it makes them think about the world differently. And in a nutshell, it expands consciousness, and that's what I want to focus on. So I think for me, that's what I'm thinking about a lot right now, and I've thought about it for a while, but even more so, the idea of the attention economy and how it is benefiting, but also the opposite of benefiting, hurting our social space and the way we create and make work. All right, we're almost to the waterfall. There's this nice little water flow. Dog, don't you dare. She's so sweet, but I don't think I'll ever see her in the same light again. For those of you who are just tuning in, oh wait, this is an Instagram live. Never mind. Oh, yay. And this is the best in the summer. It's even better when you can come here and just be naked and do some naked yoga to the mountains and the water. Honestly, y'all, why do we wear clothes? They're so annoying. Yeah, they keep us warm. That makes sense. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a cool cloud. Come here. Come here. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get a cool reflection. Yeah. You got a stick? You got a little poop stick? At this point, they kind of compete for who has the best stick, and it's really cute. Oh, this is just, and what's so amazing is when they bought the property, they did not know there were wild blueberries. They did not know that there was this fucking waterfall. Imagine buying property and then exploring one day and finding this and this. Like, jackpot. I love how the rocks are done. Oh, they're gonna like this stick. Hey. See? 2, 1 for each. She got that one. No, she wants that one. Oh. Yeah, there you go. That's sharing. Sharing is caring. Nope, she still wants her stick. Okay, you'll settle. That's what compromise looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Lessons while hiking with dogs. Yes. Yes, it's a beautiful stick. Good girl. Yeah, good job. She likes playing fetch. Ready? No. She's like, that was the wrong way. Well, I distracted her so she could get the better stick. Like, honestly, what a story we're telling. This is honestly better than most things that are on Broadway right now. Oops, I said it. Although, my heart goes out to Broadway for being canceled. Yeah, you guys have been making thousands of dollars for years. It must be really hard. I'm shady. You see, there's still a little resentment in there. I'm still working through that. But also, like, if you know, you know. And if you were offended by that, you were probably on Broadway. Really agrees. Nasty dog. So yeah, basically this goes a bit further, and then there's like a down by the bottom. There's an amazing little place where you could let the water drip, but it's really cold and scary. So anyway, that's it for our little virtual hike. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't, I don't know, just for what it's worth, you can also like mute my fucking voice and just play some nature music, because I'm sure some of you have no care about what I'm saying. And those that do, hi, thank you for joining me, and I'll do another hike soon. Bye.